Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? I hope you guys had a fantastic day. I hope you made some nice profits. And if you had some losses, I hope they were very small losses. And I'm going to get started with this video now. This video is basically a daily recap video just to go over what the day was like, what we did right, what we did wrong, how we can improve on what we did right, and how we can limit what we did wrong and moving forward. Now, every day is going to be a different day. Like today, the market was just nuts. Everything was just moving really well. You're not going to have this every day. So, for us to have the expectations that every day is going to be like this, we're kind of, lying to ourselves. We need to realize that this was probably uh, the second best situation that you can have. The best is where everything is just going like 40, 50, 60%. And the next day is where everything is just going 20 to 30%. And then the next day is where everything is just like dead, at 5 or 0%. The next day is where everything is just dropping, 20 to 30%. And then the next day is where everything is dropping 40 to 50%. So we had the second best situation today where a lot of the stocks have moved up, 20 to 30 to 20 to 30%, which is just fantastic. ECYT just went nuts. Um, the funny thing is, I was talking about the stock at $1.85, and I was just like, hey guys, I think this stock can go up to about 220. The reason I said 220 is we get up to about this area here, and we had some really good support in this area. So like, hey, I think it can go up to 220. But by the time I saw the stock, I saw it at 185. By the time I put in the order, by the time I got in, it would have been, a lot higher. So again, I saw it around here. Where's this? $1.85, and then it quickly moves up to $1.94, around $1.94, and then it starts to come back down again. And I'm just like, you know what, I'm not gonna mess with this. Let's see what happens. And I got into a lot of other trades and everything but this one. But that's okay. I mean, this is again, it's a part of trading, and this is going to happen to you on a regular basis. Let's go over what we did attempt to get into, or what we did get into. So Cat B was the first one we were trying to get into for a move from 242 to 247, and let's take a look at what happened here. So 242, we were trying to get in right over here, and it would have been on this candlestick right here. So if this candlestick broke out, we would have been filled and the stock would have taken off. Things would have been fantastic. That is not what happened. The stock came back down, and it went as low as 223, and it starts to move back up again, and it goes as high as 290. Again, we weren't looking for 290 anyways. We just wanted 247, and we totally missed out on that trade. That's not a big deal. The next one was OPTT, and we wanted to get in at 136 and get out at 139, and then the other half would be at 144. Again, we're not looking for big profits, we're looking for small, consistent profits. So this stock, we get in at 136, which is right about here. It goes as high as 138. I might have been able to sell if it went up to 139 on the ask, but it didn't go up to $1.39, and we were pulled right back down. The next one was at 958 AVEO, 958, and again I ran out of patience with this one. 958 was here, and we wanted to get in at 384. So it would have been right around here, and it just didn't work. By then I had canceled the order because it had another huge drop. Now these stocks, what you don't want to do is leave these orders there, because this can happen as well. It can come back 30 minutes later and try to fill you. It didn't really fill anybody. It could have tried to fill you, and then it would have dropped again. So once you see the stock is not going in your favor, you do want to get out. So again, 958 was right about here, and I was thinking if it wants to take off, it can. I looked at the daily chart, and I liked the possibilities of a move back up to $4, and if it wants, it can possibly break that $4 mark and go up to $4.50, maybe $5. I'm pretty sure it will do that very soon. The time is near. It's gonna pop out right above $4, maybe even gap up above $4 one day, come back down, test $4, and if $4 is good, it's probably gonna go higher. That should be somewhat interesting. The next one we got here is RIGL. So 1002. So that's why I canceled AVEO, because I saw RIGL. Remember, I'm trading with limited funds now. Before, I was able to get into 3 to 4 day trades at the same time, maximum 4 trades. I can't do that anymore. Those days are behind me, and let's get this thing started. So 309 up to 322, and then 344, and it was at 1002. So 1002 is right here. Again, the most important thing is knowing that we get enough time to get into these stocks. It's not like, hey guys, the stock is moving and oh, I'm in. No, it doesn't work that way. It does happen to us sometimes, but most of the time that's not what will happen to us. So 309, get in. We have another 3 or 4 minutes before it actually takes off. It runs up to 329. I chickened out and I sold at 324, I believe, and it had a pullback, but eventually does end up going up to 340. What is this here? 342. So we wanted 344 if we did hold it, but it went up to 342, and that's not a bad day at all. This stock has potential if it gaps up around 360. So if it gets news tomorrow, I can expect this stock to kind of run up to maybe like 420 or the $4 range. I think that's coming in the near future, and we'll see what happens with that. So that was a good trade. That was profitable. The next one was NC 3335, was a buy target. By the time I had bought it, it had already moved, and I believe it got filled in a little bit later. This could have been a really nice move. This could have moved straight up to about $38, but again, it was just a pretty nasty drop, and that's basically it. So I was hoping for $38, and it didn't quite do that because it went up to 35.02, I believe, and it just came right back down. The target was 35.01 from that buy. So let me check exactly how high it did go. So 35. So this candlestick right here. So we went up 35. We went way above $35 actually. But the problem was there was a huge spread. So even if you try to sell it at 35.02 or 35.01, really wasn't working. So I ended up selling everything at $34. Made around 60 bucks. Not that bad. It's okay. And that's that. To that point, I was up about $200 and something. I went away from the computer. I went for a walk. I came back, and I was just like, you know what? It's a really good day. I'm gonna take another shot, and I got into IPAS. So I got into IPAS here at 80 cents, and so let's look at the time. 80 cents is 10:36, and I was half out at 84 cents, and I believe I stopped out for the rest at around 82 cents or something. But it wasn't, it wasn't a crazy move. It did make a decent profit. I think I made $100 and something on that one. So again, not that bad. I tried to get away from the computer. I got away for a little bit. I ended up coming back around 1:30. I got into CRMD at 62. I sold some at 66, and I sold some at, I think, 70 cents. So CRMD here, and you can see it had a pretty nice move. So let's look at the time again. It was 1:39 and 62 cents. So 1:39, it is right about here, and we hit 62 cents. I get filled. I hold, and basically 66 cents is right about here. So I sold on this spike right here. I kind of panicked, and I was just like, you know what, it was a nasty drop, and then it came back up later. So I sold at 66 there, and then I sold some around 70 cents over here. I still have a quarter of my holdings for tomorrow. If it wants to move, I think this stock can go up to about $1 if it really wants to go. I saw a big seller at 90 cents. If I am holding this stock, around 80 to 85 cents, I'm not going to look for 90 cents. I'm going to try to get out at 85 to 87 cents. I'm not going to hold for 90 or even $1, unless there's some crazy news and the stock just keeps running. that's a different story. That was that, and then there's ATNM. I'm still holding this one here. It's a very similar pattern. We went sideways, we went up, we came back down, and then we're going higher now. So basically, like a cup and handle move here. The cup, you can say, starts here, it goes as high as that over there, so it completes the cup. Then we get the handle, and the stock is moving higher. That's beautiful. And then we got ATNM here. It's a similar, it's not exactly the same, but it's pretty similar. We went up, we started the cup, we finished it off over here, kind of got the handle, we had another dip. So realistically, this dip that shouldn't have existed, but again, we are trying again, and I think if it wants to move, it can get above, if it gets above 66 cents, it can easily run up to around 90 cents, and hopefully, we get something there. So these are the day trade alerts. All the day trade alerts are here. So the swing trade alerts are sent to your phone via SMS. Okay, and then the second last trade of the day was OPTT. I wanted to recover some of my losses from earlier on in the day, and I was able to do that. I recovered about $120 in losses. I got in at 140 on the market price, and let's look at the time here. So 3:41. So obviously I had to fill my order first before I could alert it. So I alerted it here, and you still had about maybe 2 minutes to get in around that same price before it just absolutely took off. 2 minutes is 120 seconds. 120 seconds is a lot of time. You normally have a good, maybe, it probably takes around 5 to 10 seconds to place an order. You have to, it's like this. I type in OPTT and I press enter. That's usually enough to just fill your order, depending on your broker. But even if that was what, 1 second, it shouldn't take you that long. You got to become faster at getting in and getting out. Don't be lazy. Don't be slow. There's somebody that's getting out faster than you are, and when the stock is going up, they're making more money than you are. If their stock is going down, then they're losing more. They're losing less money than you are. You have to be fast. You got to go click, 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 in and out, in and out, in and out. You can't be lazy. This is not it's not a video game, right? Where you can just be like, yeah, you know what, I'm just gonna play it a little slow here. That's not how it works. So we got to be serious about this stuff, and hopefully that can help us a lot. Now the next one is ECYT. I said 200 shares at 368. I'm holding overnight for a chance to run up to 548. Stop would be 345. In 15 minutes, I've made around $50 or $60 on a very small account, and I was happy with that. I was like, whatever. What more can I ask for? So we're gonna go over to my account here. I did say I would be covering up my account number. I called Questrade, asked them if they could, some way to cover my account number instead of having to put it into the video. They said, you know what, we spend most of our money on security. You have nothing to worry about. Everything's going to be perfectly fine. Don't worry about a thing. So that's pretty much that. So I'm not worried about it. My account number is right there. And this way, there is a greater validation that it is the same account number. And that's pretty much it. So closed $686.94 in profits. Again, it could have been a lot better if I didn't lose money on OPTT. Instead of getting into OPTT, all I had to do was leave my order for Cat B, and I would have been filled. So instead of losing almost $190 on OPTT for the first trade of the day, I probably would have made a good $100, $150 on Cat B, and therefore this could have been $700 or $800. But again, the target for today was $4,661.14, I believe, from the starting balance, and we are actually at $5.53. $5,053.08. I'm not gonna complain about that. We're doing perfectly fine, and let's see how tomorrow goes. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It could be a slower day because we just had a really good day, but it all depends on the first few trades of the day, and like ECYT kept the momentum for the market going, and if we get another day like that, we can get, right now I'm sitting at the target that I would have liked to achieve in about 5 days. We were able to achieve that in 1 day. We're looking at a total trade number of 253 trades to achieve the goal that we need to achieve. And if we there's 253 days. Sorry, if we get to 253, if we beat 253 days, it could be a really good day, a good year for us. So again, I'm not the best at making these videos yet. This is my second video that I made for a recap or somewhat of an introduction. I still had a lot of nerves in the morning. I will get over this and I will improve. So I did pay about $190 in commissions. It's not a big deal. I'm still happy with that $485 and change whatever I made for the day, or $495, and hopefully it turned out to be a much better day tomorrow. Alright guys, so I am done here. This video was supposed to be short. It became very long. I'm gonna keep it shorter starting tomorrow, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.